Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Spiritual Journey podcast. My name is Nimish Shardi, and I'm your host. I always love starting every episode by saying thank you. I feel so blessed with this podcast, the impact it has, the people it reaches, and I always like to start by saying thank you. If you're a regular listener, thank you for your support. Really appreciate you. If you're new, welcome. Let us know if you have any feedback. And I started this podcast as a passion project, and it's kind of had its own journey. I now do 2 episodes a week. And I love what I get to do. Just a quick intro for me. I'm an Akashic record reader, Akashic trainer, podcast host, podcast creator, as well as a spiritual coach and mentor. And what I do is I guide people on their journey. I get to hold their space and truly help you to understand your journey, release whatever you're holding on to, and shine your light. I do that through either spiritual mentorship or Akashic record reading or this podcast. So many other ways. And I love what I get to do. My voice resonates, reach out. Maybe we want to work together. And with this podcast, I get to interview some amazing guests. So I'm excited to have Anya with us today. And we were both smiling because of the background noise that happened. And it kind of that proves that, with this podcast, there's no editing. Whatever comes through. And whatever that noise was, it's perfect. So, but Anya, welcome to the podcast. I would love for you to introduce yourself. So over to you.
So much, Nimesh. It's just a beautiful reminder that we're human. Hey,
100%.
we're human
guides have
having
jokes,
this
right? Our
experience
guides
in
have
the
jokes.
spot.
Yeah,
Exactly. It was so adorable as well. While we were doing the meditation right before we got on this podcast, there was like a huge alarm going off, and I like set the fire alarm.
Yeah,
our guides with like a fire alarm going off.
I love it.
Hello, it's so lovely to be here. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you. So I'd love for you to introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about you.
Yeah, so my name is Anya Halama, and I'm a holistic mentor. Do very similar stuff to Nimesh as well. I work with Akashic Records as well, EFT tapping, breath work, a whole slew of different modalities, as all of us healers have different sorts of modalities under our belts. But I also facilitate ayahuasca retreats as well. And I was just telling Nimesh that I'm about to move to the jungle very soon. He said he's never heard anyone saying they're going to move to the jungle to be closer for work. But yeah, so I do ayahuasca retreats working with different types of ayahuasca, crudo ayahuasca, as well as cooked medicine. Yeah, and it's been a beautiful journey thus far.
I love it. And I've never had anyone to talk on this podcast talk deeper about ayahuasca. So I'm interested to dive into that. But before we get there, just tell us a little bit about your journey. Kind of what led you to who you are today, to become the healer that you are, and kind of move to the jungle, I guess.
Well, as many people, something big often happens that brings people onto their own spiritual path, whether it's like having an ailment, having a sickness, like someone passing away, whatever it was. For me, it was my own sickness. I was very sick for most of my 20s. Anxiety, depression, insomnia. I was going blind. I was allergic to almost every single food. I had celiac disease, like so many things wrong with me, and just one on top of another. And Western medicine wasn't working for me anymore. I realized that if I didn't have my health, I don't have anything else. So I started slowly getting into like holistic medicines. I was dating a guy whose dad was a holistic doctor, and I went to a couple of sessions with him, and that just kind of started opening up my my journey kind of. And then one day I'm like, you know what, like I need a change. Like, if I don't make a change that's so drastic, nothing really is going to change, because I'm going to be still in the same environment. I'm going to be in the same job. I'm going to be doing the same exact stuff. So unless I make that conscious choice that I'm going to change, so I pretty much sold all of my stuff, sold my car, bought a one-way ticket to Thailand, and I've kind of been on that one-way ticket ever since. That's when things really started opening up. Life in Thailand is a lot more inexpensive than living in Chicago. So I had more money to play with, to go to yoga classes, meditation classes, and be in sunshine for 100 days, like more than 100 days out of the year than I got in Chicago.
Wow.
And so it was a complete 180 in like my lifestyle choices in life. And it felt like it was honestly overnight, but it wasn't. I know it wasn't, but being sick for an entire decade, what's a couple months or a year of my healing? Like it feels like overnight.
I'm
And so
sure.
I started healing quite quickly. And then that kind of, I started getting the interest and the pull for ayahuasca. I would like put on something on TV. Someone in the little cafe across from me was talking about ayahuasca. And so like she started calling me. So I started working my way down to South America, and I made it to Colombia. And I was like, okay, if the medicine finds me, like I'm going to sit in the ceremony, I'll drink ayahuasca. My first week here, I got invited to a ceremony. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to do this. And I've been working with the medicine for 8 years now. About 3.5 years ago, I got initiated into one of the tribes that I work with, to be able to hold space and to facilitate retreats essentially and like serve the medicine. I now work with the Kamsa tribes in Colombia. This was a Peruvian lineage that I got initiated with. I work with the Colombians because I do live in Colombia. I've been here for 8 years, been drinking and working with the medicine here for 8 years. And I met my partner at that same training where we got initiated. So him and I were like, okay, this is what we want to do together, and why not?
I love it. I love it. So tell me about before we jump into ayahuasca, tell me about what it was like. Kind of what was the nudge to kind of just, I mean, that's a pretty powerful step, right? Set everything and then not know where you're going to be, but just, you know what, I'm going to start off with Thailand and wherever it takes me. So how was that? I mean, what was, because I feel like we're in this phase now where everyone can feel things shifting and everyone's kind of like looking for whatever the next phase is. And it's like, I feel like it's a time that, you know, new beginnings, and I don't know if it's about massive change like moving to Thailand, but I do feel like everyone's kind of getting the nudge to do something different. So I'm curious, how did that feel? What was the nudge like? I mean, did you get like a clear message, or was it like, I'm just curious?
So there was a couple of things on my criteria. I wanted to get as far away from Chicago as possible.
Okay.
That was one of them. And that
Fair
came
enough.
through very clearly for me. As far away from Chicago as possible, a place that's as sunny as possible. And I've already been to Thailand at that point. I've taken one holiday, maybe like a year beforehand to Thailand. So I was already a little bit familiar with Thailand. So I didn't want to go to a place that I knew nothing about, that I didn't, obviously I don't speak Thai, like, but I probably, like, if I looked in my wallet, I might have had some like baht still in my wallet. So I
Nice.
knew something about the location. Like I knew I liked the food. I knew it's very sunny. And it's as far away from Chicago as I could have thought of. So that's what it felt like to me. I was like, okay, I know like these are some of my criteria. I want to go somewhere that I like, that I'm familiar with, that I know I like the food. And let's just go from there, and we'll explore once I get there.
Wow. So what was that? What was it like when you first, well, what was it like kind of leaving your world behind? I mean, what was the reaction to people there? What was the, you know, how was that? How was that whole
So
experience? Kind of, you
people,
knew it was a reset, right? A rebirth.
oh
You
my
could
gosh, it
feel.
was so good.
I love it.
um, People back home, like, because I was telling people that I was going to do this for like half a year, maybe even a year beforehand. Because like picking up, like, that's not a very instant thing you do. Like packing up your entire apartment,
100%.
like selling stuff, like it took me some time to actually do this. I set myself a date, like I left in November. And like Chicago is already fairly cold. I probably should have left in October.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wanted to stay for my mom's birthday. And once I stayed after her birthday, I was like, okay, I can go. So I left like a couple of days after her birthday, and it was also like Thanksgiving by us. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait a couple of days after the holiday, and then I'll leave. I'll be gone for Christmas, which that's never a good idea to leave around then. But if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen. I'm going to just keep pushing it off. And then it's New Year's, and then it's Valentine's Day, and then who cares? I won't have left. So I set a date for myself, and I've been telling people, hey, I'm leaving. Like, oh, let's have a little coffee before I leave. Let's do this before I leave. Like I wanted to say bye to all of these people. And some people come and help me pack or whatever it might have been. And a lot of them, like, I can't tell you how many responses I've got, like, oh, aren't you scared? Like, this is going to happen or this is going to happen. And my reaction was always like, okay, but what if I fall in love? What if I find myself? What
Yeah.
if I finally heal? I've been trying to heal my body for the last 10 years. It's clearly not working. What if I become the best version of myself? Like, what, like, they were giving me a what if, I was giving them a what if.
Nice, nice. I mean, I'm sure it kind of challenged the way people were thinking about themselves, right? I'm sure you set that example and it kind of made people think, well, hold on, maybe there's something different out there for me. So
Yes
yeah,
and
that's
no.
powerful.
So I
Mm.
thought that it would have a lot more, but every single one of the people that did say that are still doing the same exact thing that they were 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And it's been, I've lost a lot of friendships, of course, because I missed a lot of birthdays, weddings. I wasn't there for the big events. Like, obviously I'm so close to my family and a couple of friends, but like, we needed that part ways, essentially,
yeah,
because they're like, they just don't resonate with my vibration anymore, my frequency, and I don't with theirs, and that's okay.
yeah. And that's a fun, I mean, reality, I'm sure there's a lot of people listening can relate to the fact of, losing a lot of friends over this last period. And it's just, because we've been shifting so much, right? It
Yeah.
means that that world doesn't exist. I'm curious. You still call Chicago home, so what is? I
It'll
mean,
always be like, it'll always
no,
be a
it's
place
fair,
of
right?
home. Like, my mom lives there. Like, I go to my
Yeah,
mom's house. Like, that's home.
no, it's
Not the house
beautiful,
that I
right?
grew up in, but like,
Mm.
it is home.
No, that's beautiful, right? It's that
I have
you
multiple
know.
homes around the world.
I'm sure. I mean, for me, home is here, right? I guess somewhere in the
Yeah.
heart, right? Somewhere inside, but it's just it's curious. So tell us a bit more about the health journey then. So you left Chicago, you've been struggling for 10 years, and then you kind of went to Thailand. And did you see kind of like, did you feel like an immediate, obviously weather makes a big difference, but did you feel immediate shift? What was that
Weather
shift
does
like?
make a big difference. I was also eating a lot better, like fresh fruits, juices, like fresh things. Sure, I cooked at home, but everything has like MGOs and all
Yeah,
this
for
stuff
sure. Mm.
in it. Like, all these preservatives, everything. Where like in Thailand, it was all fresh foods. And again, Chicago, like half the year is winter. So how fresh can things
True.
really be?
Very true. Very true. I mean, I love
um,
Chicago as a place, but yeah, in the winter,
yeah,
it's not nice,
great
right?
food,
Mm.
fantastic food, just different.
For sure.
And so, plus, I also had the opportunity to go to more yoga classes, meditation classes, be by the water. Like, I'm much more of a mountain person, but like the water is still so healing. And like I said, I mentioned in the beginning, like it felt like it was instant. I know it wasn't. It was like an entire year.
Of
I spent a
course.
year
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Thailand. It
Mm.
felt like it was instant, but also taking myself out of the stressful environment automatically made me feel better.
Yeah. Sure. I'm sure. Wow. So year in Thailand, then what happened after that? What was the next phase of
So from
your
Thailand,
journey?
I moved to Europe. So I'm Polish. I was born in Poland, actually. So it was easy for me to like live in Poland as an adult. I've never lived there as an adult. Now I have multiple times. So I just wanted to reconnect back with my own roots. So I lived in Poland for a little bit and then worked my way a little bit through Europe and then made it to Panama. From Panama is when I came to Colombia.
Wow. So I mean, the freedom of just going to different locations and different, I mean, it's just, how did that feel? Just, I can be anywhere. I don't need to be tied to a place. You just feel like you were just like, okay, where am I going to go next?
Yeah,
And
I felt like I was literally like throwing darts at a world map, and it's
I
like,
love
where am
it.
I
I
going to
love
go
it.
next?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So then, what took you to Colombia then? I mean, from Panama to Colombia. I mean, what was
So
the?
plant medicines were calling me. Like I on that journey from Thailand to when I actually made it to Colombia, like ayahuasca was starting to come up very loudly, and it's a medicine that definitely, like, when she knocks, you hear it.
I love it.
um and yeah, I just wanted to explore the plant medicine, and I made my way to Colombia. Once I was here, I was like, okay, if I if the medicine finds me at this point, I will go sit in ceremony. I'm not going to go out and look for it. I'm not going to ask people. If it finds me, it's meant for me.
Beautiful. So then at this point, was your health already better? Were you feeling before you jumped into ayahuasca? Were you already in a better space?
Yeah, definitely. This was already like 5 years into my journey. So it wasn't
Wow.
right after I got to Thailand. It took
Mm.
some years to get there. And yeah, my health was a lot better at that point, but I still wanted clarity. My first time sitting in ceremony was clarity. Why
Mm.
was I actually sick? Like, yes, I'm better, but I didn't know what the root cause of all of it was. Why did certain things happen to me? Why did my dad do certain things? Why did X, Y, and Z, whatever it was? I just really wanted clarity of why things happened in my life.
Fair enough. And then, so then, did you feel like you got that clarity? And you kind of, let's jump
I
into kind of the
did.
journey and the connection to ayahuasca, because I'm just curious, what was it? Because obviously you were already following your nudges, right? So you already probably felt connected to some messages and wherever you were going, but there was that deeper calling. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I got the clarity and so much more. So the first retreat that I did was I want to share a little backstory. I think your audience will
Please do it.
appreciate
Please do
like
it.
this particular story about me, how me getting invited to the actual ceremony came about. So I made it to Colombia, and my first week here, I was in a cannabis ceremony actually. And in a cannabis ceremony, I've heard before drinking ayahuasca that ayahuasca usually attacks the ego first. Like you have that ego death with ayahuasca. And I was actually very scared of drinking ayahuasca because I had a massive ego.
Yeah.
At 19 years old was making way too much money for my own good. Now I've traveled like half the world by myself. I'm a Leo, like all these things that I like identified myself as. So I had a massive ego, and like I was so scared of what ayahuasca would show me because of that. So for a long time, it took me a long time to get comfortable. Like I was hearing the call, but I was just still scared of drinking ayahuasca. So I was in a cannabis ceremony already in Medellin. This was like my third day in Medellin. And it was like for hours, good versus evil in my head. Like all the people I've hurt, all the mistakes I've done, like tearing me completely apart. Like I never even thought possible this was on cannabis, but it was, and it happened. And it was really beautiful. It was that ego death that I was so afraid of from ayahuasca happening on
Wow.
cannabis for me. And I go to the bathroom after the ceremony and I'm washing my hands. And as I'm washing my hands, I audibly hear, "You're ready." And I'm looking around. This is the first time I've ever heard spirit talk to me audibly. And till that day, I've heard it maybe like 2 or 3 other times about
Wow.
different things. Like I'm not an audio person. So I'm like, what is this? Who is this? Is someone like trying to get into the bathroom? They're saying I'm ready. Like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
I can feel it. Goosebumps. I can feel it. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. The very next day, a friend of mine texts me, my first friend that I met here in Colombia, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to an ayahuasca retreat. Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "I'm ready. Yeah, I do."
Isn't that cool though, right? Just listen to the messages and you just, yeah, I love it. I
It
love
really
when,
is,
yeah,
but
yeah,
we're so caught up in the chaos of everyday life that we don't hear it.
yeah.
Mm.
Or we have expectations of how we're going to hear it, right? It's that, you
Yeah.
know, it's our expectations of the big flash in the sky, and all of a sudden we go, oh my God, oh my God. And it's just, sometimes you do get it,
They're
right? You got the
subtle.
voice.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's subtle nudges, it's the subtle
Hmm.
nudges. And so,
We just
take
have to
us
stay
through.
quiet enough to listen. Yes. So
Yeah.
that
Well, it's
first
a muscle, right?
ceremony.
Yeah, it's a muscle, right? You got
Yeah.
to kind of quieten the mind and truly listen to your heart and soul. But yeah, tell us. I'm looking forward to it. Tell us about the first ceremony. How did that feel?
Yes.
What was your?
So it was the retreat I went to was 3 ceremonies, 4 ceremonies. And this center, they've changed a lot since the first time that I drank with them. They really pushed you very hard. It was one ceremony at midnight, the next day, a ceremony at noon, Then that same day, another ceremony at midnight, and a fourth
Wow.
ceremony at noon again. We do things very differently at the retreat that I run because I've
Okay.
learned from these mistakes. It just exhausted you.
I can imagine. That feels pretty intense.
It was. And the medicine was quite strong as well. I don't remember exactly how many cups I had the entire retreat. Probably like 4, 5, maybe one of the days I drank an extra cup. But the first ceremony was very beautiful. Like I just connected to the energy of ayahuasca. I connected to the spirit of the medicine. Like I was just enamored with everything. I remember it was like 6 o'clock in the morning and like ceremonies end around that time. And I'm laying outside, like watching the sunrise. And I'm like, oh, this is all amazing.
Oh, how beautiful.
It was so beautiful, just connecting to nature, to spirits, to God. Like, God, this is beautiful. You made all of this. And I'm so grateful for that experience because a lot of people don't have that experience. But I also think, like, because I dealt with my ego, I didn't have that
Yeah.
experience.
There's a divine timing to everything too, right?
Absolutely. Then the second ceremony, that was the very rough one. That's the one that I went in. It was also raining that night. So like just the energy of the rain, the mugginess of the night, it was very different. This was the third
And
ceremony
that
because the
was the
second
second
ceremony,
one. So that was the
the
second one in the first round you did, right? Just to understand.
no, so that would have been the second night ceremony.
Okay.
So first is the night, then is a day, and then it's a night. So this would have been the second night ceremony. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the hard one. So it was raining that night. It was just heavy, dense energy. And I felt like the ground started tumbling and I knew like I'm entering that like mystical world. Like I'm not here. I'm also not there. I'm somewhere in between.
I love it.
And all of a sudden, I saw my father and I saw all of his pain as he grew up, things that he didn't receive from his mother and his father, from my grandparents, how they treated him. And because of that is why he did certain things to me. And it was just explained to me in such a beautiful way that I've never thought of. And for the first time, like I really felt compassion for my father and forgiveness for him for certain things that he did, because I saw it, because I was always looking at it as like, oh, you hurt me, I'm the victim. Whereas like ayahuasca made me realize like, okay, he was also the victim. He never learned love. So how is he supposed to show me love
Yeah.
when he didn't know? Like all he did was trying to do his best. And I like spent so many years angry at this man where I didn't know why. So that was very beautiful, very healing. And then all of a sudden, it took me to a vision of my great grandmother. And my great grandmother died when I was like maybe 8 or 10 years old. I remember her. I've met her a couple of times. I remember her. And I was right when I was born. We're in Poland, and it's my grandparents' house of my mother's side. And she's holding me in like this little rocker, and she's rocking me. And she says a prayer over me, and she says, whatever happens to this child is going to be safe. And I'm seeing this from like a different point of view, and I see myself and her holding me and rocking me. And it was beautiful. And then all of a sudden it pulls me out and it drops me into like a war zone in the Middle East. And like I see a woman wearing a hijab and she's holding a baby. And I feel so inclined to tell her the same exact thing. Whatever happens to this child is going to be there. This child is going to be safe. And in that moment, I realized that our healing isn't just our own healing. It's generational healing. It's like epigenetics. It's all connected. And me connecting to a woman that I have never seen in my life, and like, I don't know, somewhere in the Middle East, like we're all connected one way or another. And my family, like, we're from Poland. I'm only an hour away from Auschwitz, where I was born. So, like, I have a lot of Holocaust, and I'm part Ashkenazi Jewish as well. So, like, epigenetically, I'm healing that lineage as well. And so much was shown to me from just that ceremony alone. And then it
Wow.
ended on a beautiful note, like connecting to God, and everything is beautiful again. That third ceremony was a rough one, though.
Wow. So it's the journey of, sometimes you kind of, I mean, when you're releasing, when you're healing ancestrally,
Yeah,
it's deep, right? It's deep. And,
absolutely.
you know, and you got the message that you're safe, right? I
Yep,
really believe the universe doesn't give us anything we can't handle, right?
absolutely.
But
Yeah, we might not want to look at it at the time,
yeah, but
but
then,
it's
yeah,
hard. Like, we shove some of those things, like, under the carpet, under the rug, like, as far away as possible, put in a time
yeah.
capsule.
But then we're like a volcano, it has to come up, right? We can't keep
Exactly.
pushing stuff down. And,
Hmm.
I love the phrase pain is inevitable, suffering is optional, because
Yeah.
pain expands us, right? It teaches us. I
Hmm.
mean, do I wish that the next phase means that we can grow with love just as much as pain? Yeah, 100%. But we're still in the paradigm where pain does expand us, right? So before we dive into kind of more what happened next year, I'd love to talk a little bit about ayahuasca, because I just realized that we haven't really talked about what it is. So I'd love for you to, my own take on it, which is why, comfortable talking about it, is anything natural. And to me, it feels natural and it feels ancestral, it feels deep. If it aids us on the spiritual journey, then why not, right? If it feels right for you, right? Ayahuasca is probably
Absolutely.
not right for everybody, but it's this thing. If it feels right for you, then why not, right? It's your own journey. But in your words, tell us what ayahuasca is. I know
Yeah,
you
so
talked about drinking
ayahuasca,
liquid, and so I'd
yes.
love to.
Ayahuasca is made from two plants. There's a leaf, to make it very simple, and then there's a vine, and cut into very small pieces. Traditionally, it is cooked down into like a shot glass worth of like very thick, honey like molasses, essentially, but it does
Okay.
not taste like molasses. It tastes horrible. Traditionally, it's just cooked into a little shot, cooked over days over a fire. And it's a psychedelic from the Amazon, used between, so like Brazil, Peru, Colombia, parts of Ecuador. Those are the biggest ones, with the Amazon rainforest there, where ayahuasca is grown. So different traditions have different ways of different ceremonies, essentially, not different ways of administering. Like, you drink it, you
Yeah.
don't eat it. And it's a tea, little shot glass of it. The way that we work with, there's two tribes in Colombia that make it into more of a, like, a cold brew. Like, I like comparing it to like a cold brew coffee, because it's cold pressed. So it's the raw materials. It's not cooked under a fire. It's just takes much shorter, but like, you have to chop it very, very finely. There's two tribes in Colombia that work with it that way. It's much gentler on the body because it's not cooked. You don't have that fire element in your belly as the fire element of the cooked ayahuasca. And it tastes a lot better as well. You are drinking a bigger cup of it, but it tastes much nicer. It's much easier to hold. Very beginner friendly. So I enjoyed that one. After like 300 something ceremonies that I've had, if I have a choice, I'm only drinking the crudo
Wow.
nowadays. But it's been used for thousands and thousands of years by the indigenous communities in these countries and they would use it for like hunting for survival back then. And then, sure, certain communities, they got sick and they used ayahuasca to help heal them. What messages, what can we use? And then tourism came about like 30 years ago, and more people are aware of it now. Nowadays, ayahuasca is kind of like a buzzword online, and it is
Mm.
not for everyone. Please do your due diligence. There's lots of things that go into, like, if a retreat center is right, a certain retreat center is not for everyone as well. And it's not for everyone. Please do your due diligence, talk to someone.
Yeah, I mean, I always say with anything like that, including shrooms or whatever you want to do, it's always checking with your intention. Because if your intention is want to be fixed, I don't know. I feel like the universe will. If your intention is to go deeper on your journey and kind of you're ready, as you said. If it feels like the right thing to do, then I'd follow up. For me, I mean, I've never done it, but I always known that if I'm going to do it, I want to do it in South America. Peru's always been calling me, but also having the right shaman there, having the right people there to support you, has always felt
Absolutely.
really important because it is a journey, right? And
It
you need
is.
somebody there to hold your space, right?
And there's so many things that go into it. Like sitting in ceremony with 10 people is hectic enough. Sitting in a meditation circle with 10 people is
Mm,
hectic enough. There's retreats out there that host 100 ceremony retreats for a week. Like that
wow.
is insane to me.
Mm,
And they cost $5,000. Like it's
yeah.
insane to me. Insane. So please do your due diligence. Like, yes, I understand that the comfiness, like it looks like you're going to a DoubleTree Hilton or something over there. Like it's luxury, it's
Mm,
nice. But do you want to sit in ceremony with 100 people? Like that can be so unsafe as well. Check in with yourself, talk to the
yeah.
people, like ask questions, ask where is the medicine sourced from? Because those places, like you did you know ayahuasca doesn't grow in Costa Rica? It doesn't
Mm,
naturally grow in Hawaii either. Yes, it's imported and it grows now, but it's not native to those lands. It's from the Amazon, from South America.
yeah. And like I said, it's a beautiful. It is a beautiful. It's a great time to check in with you and what feels right, because I feel like we're always trying to find a fix, right? You know, this will help fix me. This will, and we don't need to
It
be
is
fixed,
not a
right?
magic cure.
Yeah.
No, you come back and that's when the real work starts. That's
Yeah,
when the
there's
integration
no
happens.
bypassing, right? There's no bypassing. You still got to do the
Absolutely
work,
not.
and it's just so take us through what kind of the retreats you run, and what does that? I mean, you kind of described kind of the three intense sessions you went through, and then you kind of described like another where there's 100 people doing, and I agree. I mean, it's like if you're going through a massive healing, then it is a co-creation, but having 100 people around you who are all kind of going through something, I don't know. I prefer I'd want to do it in a group, but I'd want a smaller group, right? It feels more soul contracts. Whoever's there is meant to be there.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about 100
Absolutely.
people. It
So
just feels too much to me.
my partner and I have both been drinking medicine for 8 years now, and we've both sat in over 300 ceremonies each. So we have a lot of experience going
Wow.
to the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And we took everything that we've learned from those 8 years of drinking and we like made our own center with everything that we liked and everything that we can improve on, everything that we've learned and everything in between. So we run our retreats in the Amazon. We believe drinking in the Amazon that's the purest form of medicine you're going to get, because it's freshly made right there. The shaman can personalize it based on the group that is coming. So super fresh medicine, very beautiful medicine. It's also very different drinking where the medicine comes from versus like going to the US drinking in a basement in Chicago
I'm
or
sure. I'm
wherever.
sure. Well, the environment makes a big difference.
Very
It really
different.
does. Yeah, it really does. The land makes a difference, right?
Very
For
different.
sure.
We cap our retreat at 12 people, which is a very good number. We found because we also do lots of preparation and lots of integration and everything in the middle as well. So our preparation we start at about 45 days preparation. However, if someone signs up at like 3 weeks before the retreat, like it's not the end of the world. It's okay. For the preparation, they do get a video course with modules that they can do preparation beforehand. We do one-on-one calls, we do a breathwork call, and we do several group calls as well, so everyone could get to know each other before coming to the retreat. During the retreat, there's 3 ceremonies and there's 1 day apart between every single ceremony.
So you have time to
So there's
integrate. Fair
tons
enough.
of rest, tons of integration space. We do nature hikes, we do some yoga, we do breath work in between, some sound healings as well. as well as different medicines too. We do mambe and ambio sharing circles, hape ceremonies. We do a sangre de grado purge, which is dragon's blood, and several other things as well. And then once they go home, we do 90 days of integration. So during that process, again, they do get a video portal, which they can watch at their own pace. But then we have a designated group calls and one-on-one calls with the group afterwards as well.
Wow. So basically, you prepare them prepared before.
It's like a 6-month journey with us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, everybody's always looking for a quick fix, right? Now it's like,
it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's like, because even the people I work with and people I mentor, it's like when they're going through the process, it feels really quick, but actually,
yeah,
they've done the work before, right? It's like, you've done so much of the healing, and it's a divine timing to it. So, yeah, no, I just, yeah, I love it. So, what's if somebody was thinking about doing ayahuasca, what's the sort of things they should consider? What should they be asking themselves if they were like, you know what, this sounds really interesting? What should their thought process be?
Sitting with what your intention for going is. Are you going because it's on your bucket list, because you read on Google that ayahuasca might be good for you, because someone on Reddit is talking about it, because your high school best friend went to a ceremony and they're like, you need to try this? Like, what is your, like, really sitting with, why do I want to go to this? Then once you decide, okay, this is really what my soul wants, what I truly want, then sitting with the actual location of where you are going to go. There's tons of centers, tons of great centers as well, and tons of not so great centers. So do your research. Pick a country. Where do you want to drink? Because that also has a lot to do with it. So Peruvian is very like in the dark. You're sitting like there's no fire, no music. There's icaros, which are powerful chant technology, like very witchy, like it's beautiful, very, very different than Colombian. There's a fire, there's music, like there's moments of silence and then there's moments of music. The fire is very big during the Colombian ceremony. If you're transmuting anything, like putting it into the fire, like allowing the fire to speak to you. And then there's Brazilian, which is a party. All they do is dance around and like chant and sing.
which you kind of expect if you talk about Brazil. I get it. I love it. Love it.
It's a country. Which one do you resonate with? Some might like the Peruvian, some might like Colombian, some might just want to party, which I don't recommend for your first time if you're going to heal. So pick one of those, and then pick a center. Again, going back into the research, like what center, how many people per retreat, how long is the retreat, what's provided, what's included, what else do you do, what's your preparation, what's your integration like, who is the shaman, what is the lineage like, where is the medicine harvested, where is it sourced, what kind of medicine am I drinking fresh medicine, or is it paste dehydrated medicine? How many people are going to be at the retreat? So questions like that, really start asking, get curious as possible. Like, what is the reciprocity like? How, like, are the people paid well as well? Like, don't ask them how much you're paying them, but like, get curious. More curious you can be, like, the better. And us as facilitators and like retreat owners, we appreciate when someone asks us and gives us the hard questions. Like, I'm not going to turn someone away because they're asking me good questions. I'm going to be like, I love this. Like, let me respond to you. Well, that makes me happy.
You clearly love what you do, right? I can hear it in your voice, and it's like, so you're going to want to. By the way, your volume changed a little bit, so I don't know if there's something changed on your side, and it's the kind of.
I'm not sure. My thing is still on,
universe. It's all good.
Guides, they just got so excited for me.
I know.
Volume
I love it. I love the enthusiasm, and this is the. So, I mean, how many ceremonies do you say you've done?
Over 300. I don't know exactly how many, but
I mean, is there a danger you become addicted to it?
So there actually is no way to get addicted to ayahuasca. It doesn't have an addictive compound in the actual medicine. It is DMT, which naturally comes from it's naturally produced in your body. Also, ayahuasca actually has a reverse tolerance. So like in the beginning, maybe you're drinking 3, 4, 5 cups the first time you drink. Now I drink 1 cup per ceremony. Like, I don't need any more. Like, that is
Oh wow.
more than
Okay.
plenty for me. It has a reverse tolerance.
And I mean, you mentioned the location. I mean, there's, as you said, as you were talking about earlier, there's more and more locations available, and I mean, I think it's available in the UK. I mean, sorry, I think it's illegal in the UK, but I know that it's available in the UK too. And it's kind of like, but for me,
Underground,
if I was going to
yeah.
do it, I'd always do it. South America. It's like, why would you do it anywhere else? But I'm
Well,
just,
that's why I joked when I said, okay, see, like, where do you want to drink? Like, my sister's sister-in-law literally drank ayahuasca in a basement in Chicago. Like,
oh
I
wow,
do this
okay,
for a living. Like, I do this for real. Why?
wow,
I understand, like, some people can't travel, some people don't have
sure,
passports. Like, a lot of Americans don't have passports. I get it. It's not easy for a lot of people, but if you do have the opportunity, please, like, make the extra way. If you're going to travel anyways, like, get on a flight and come to Colombia, come to Peru, go wherever.
I love it, I love it. So, tell me about a bit more about your. I mean, we'll talk more about it, how people can reach out to you, but I'm interested in your spiritual journey. You mentioned Akashic records and other things at the beginning. What's what's your spiritual journey been like along with ayahuasca, and kind of how do you feel connected to your guides? How do you receive messages? What can you share there?
Very clairvoyant and claircognizant. I always have been, even as a child. And then I grew up and, like, all of it got blocked because society,
Yep,
as most people. But it was right around when I started healing in general, healing my gut, healing, like, everything. That's when I started meditating more, and spirit started coming to me and talking to me. Obviously, my work with ayahuasca, like, that's helped so much to see and hear spirit as well, just being in tune and being connected. And my biggest awakening, though, was during COVID, as so many others
I'm
people
sure.
has been, because I had nothing else to do other than meditate 15 times a day. And yeah, very
Yeah,
clairvoyant, claircognizant. Yeah, that inner knowing for me is like, how do I know? I don't know. I just
I
do.
love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, COVID for me was, everyone's saying, don't have time to heal, don't have time to meditate. Mother Nature was like, okay, I have a plan.
We'll give
I'm
you
going to send
time.
you all to the naughty corner, most of us anyway. And, you either choose to do some healing or you don't. And that's, so definitely expansive period for all of us. Let me put it that way. But so staying on connecting with the guys, what would your advice be to somebody who's like listening? And because I get that conversation, that question quite often is, how do I connect? And I get it. People like have this, I want to see things, I want to hear things. And, I always talk about trusting your intuition, but what would your advice be to somebody that's kind of trying to connect
So
at a deeper level?
yeah, I love that question. So spirit talks to you in your path of least resistance. And if you don't know what your path of least resistance is, play a little game and take a deck of cards out and start with the suits. Like, is it a heart or is it a diamond? Is it a red or is it a black? And, like, before you flip it over, like, think about it. Like, with your heart, not with your mind. What is it? And listen how that is going to come. Is it an inner knowing for you? Do you see the color red? Do you see the color black? Do you hear it? Like, how is it coming to you? Just play a little game, and then you can move it into, like, oh, someone texted me. Same thing. Who is it before I look at it? Oh, someone rang the doorbell. Who is it? Just play a little game with yourself. Make it fun. Like, spirit has a great sense of humor.
For sure.
They're going to start sending you so many fun things, and you're going to actually enjoy doing this and connecting. And then the bigger things are going to come into fruition for you and, like, start appearing, and you'll start hearing, listening, or seeing whatever it is that's right for you in your path of least resistance. But now you'll know how that is actually coming. You won't be questioning, is this my mind? Am I crazy? Like, you'll know it.
I love it. I feel like you talked about them having jokes with us. I feel like your guys are having jokes with you today because, like, when you're talking about different things, your volume's different. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to just because you're not. I mean, for those not watching on YouTube, you're not changing your position. Your mic's in
No.
exactly the same place, and it's just like I love
Literally not
how,
doing
yeah,
anything.
I love
They're
the
funny.
university. Yeah, yeah, 100%. And we don't take it, I mean, I don't, wow, we take life too seriously. Your voice is up and down. It's okay. It's no big deal, right? It's just,
It's life.
people, yeah, 100%. So as we start to kind of close out this episode, I'd love for you to talk about how can people reach out to you, kind of if they wanted to visit you, visit your retreat center in Colombia, what does that look like? If they wanted to work with you one-to-one on any of the other services, what does that look like? Obviously, I include your links in the show notes, but talk about it. How can people
Yeah, so
reach out?
I'm
How
on
can they
social
connect?
media everywhere at Anya Halama, my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of it. I made it easy. My website is anyahalama.com. And then our retreat center is Mahadevi Ayahuasca.
Nice.
We're on all the social media platforms and everything will be listed below.
Nice. So as we start closing out, any final bits of advice you have for our listeners? Anything you want to share that's in your heart? I'm going to hand it over to you.
Yeah, so if anything resonated, if you are interested in ayahuasca, if you are interested in listening to your spirit guides, how to tune in, just go inwards. Like none of this has to be decided right now. None of this has to be done right away. Like have some fun with it. Like we've been having fun today.
I love it. Exactly.
and just listen. Go inwards, listen, and enjoy it.
So true. I mean, we're a soul having a human experience. That experience involves having fun. It doesn't have to be serious. I guess as a disclaimer, look, not everything's right for everybody.
Absolutely.
So if ayahuasca feels right for you, then follow that path. But if it doesn't feel right for you, if it doesn't resonate, that's okay too, right? Because I'm sure there's some people listening saying, well, wait, that sounds a bit too intense, or, I want to, and if it doesn't feel safe for you, then don't do it. And I will also challenge you a little bit and say, well, some of this journey that we're on right now, you are meant to expand yourself. You are meant to be uncomfortable because that expands you. So just feel, how much does it expand you? How much does it push you? If you're kind of
The
on the edge, then
unknown
maybe
is
pursue it.
scary no matter what.
100%. But it can be so much fun too. It's just, but again, as we've been saying multiple times, check in with your intention. Your intention is so powerful. And just like anything, Akashic Records, whatever you want to pursue, always check with your intention. Anya, I've loved this conversation, and I was looking forward to having you on the podcast. I know we've been planning this for a while, but thank you for your
Thank you so
energy,
much,
your
Nimesh.
vibration. I love your enthusiasm when you talk about what you do. It's so beautiful. So thank you for being here. Sending everyone so much love and light, and I'm going to hand it over to Anya to close us up.
Thank you so much for having me, Nimesh. It was fantastic.
I love it. Love and light. Thank you. Bye for now.